Hello class, in this video we are going to be learning about moving and copying files and directories on your command line. So let's get started. For moving files, we use the mv command. The mv command can do both, rename directories and moving directories, also applies to files. The basic formula of the mv command is mv, then the source, meaning the file or directory that you want to move, and then the destination, which is where the files or directories are going to. Um, for renaming files and directories, the formula remains the same. MB, the file or directory to rename, and then the new name. Both source and destination can be absolute path or relative path, or a combination of both. The mv command has many useful options. However, because this course is the fundamentals of Linux, we are going to stick to its basic functionality, which is renaming files and moving files. Let's take a look at some basic examples of the mv command and how to use it. For example number one, to move a file from one directory to another using relative path, assuming that your present working directory is your home directory. In this example, I have a file called homework.pdf in the documents in the downloads directory, and I'm going to move it to the documents directory. So let's go into our terminal over here. In this side over here, let me delete the file. I have a file manager opening the documents directory, and over here I have my terminal. This will be the command that I would use, right? The command, which is move, then the source, which is a file in the homework directory, sorry, in the downloads directory, and then the destination, which will be the documents directory. So let's press enter on this. Oh, right, my mistake. I already moved the files before, so let me just recreate that. Create a file called here in the downloads directory over here. Let's take this one. Let's rename it to homework. Beautiful. There you go. Let's go back to documents. Now let's start over again. The mv command for moving, the source, which is located in downloads, and the file is called homework, and then the destination, which is the documents directory. Documents. Let's press enter, and there you go. The file has been moved. If you go to the downloads directory, you see the file is not here anymore. Let's take a look at another example. To move a directory from one directory to another using absolute path, we're gonna use, for example, let's do something fun. Let's download a theme from the internet and let's install that theme on our computer. So let's go into our virtual machine, and I'm gonna open Firefox. And I'm gonna go to GNOME Look. Here you can download themes, icons, cursors, a bunch of stuff. And oh look, the ant theme. Let's choose this ant theme. It's an interesting name for a theme. Scroll down, files, and I'm going to download. I don't know. I like that one. And Dracula. Let's download it. Let's click OK. We can close Firefox now. And as a matter of fact, I'm gonna copy this URL and I'm gonna paste it in the notes of the video so that you guys can do exactly the same thing that I am doing, just in case when you are watching this video, the ant theme is no longer the first thing that appears on the website. There you go. Okay. Now that I have saved the URL, let's go back to our virtual machine so we can continue. And I'm going to go to the downloads folder. Here is the tar file. We can definitely untar or de-archive this file on the command line, but since we haven't covered those commands yet, I'm gonna do it graphically. So I'm gonna go here, right click, extract here, and the directory has been extracted. So if you go inside, you're gonna see here you have all the assets and all the information about the theme and the icons and everything. I'm gonna go back into my terminal and I wanna move this directory to the themes directory of my system. So I'm gonna do sudo, and then I will do MV for moving. The file is the directory is located inside downloads, and now the destination. This will be the inside the user directory, inside share, and then themes. Notice that I'm using sudo in the beginning because this directory is owned by root. Therefore, a regular user won't have access to place files in there or create files in there. You will need sudo privileges for that, or root privileges for that. So I'm going to press enter, type in my password, and the file has been moved. Now, if I go inside, I'm going to go graphically to that directory to show you. User, share, themes. Here is the file that we copied. Now, to show you that it works, I am going to change the icon theme, to change the theme on my Ubuntu system. I'm going to go to System Tool, Preferences, and Tweaks. You should have this application installed. If you run the script when we if you run in the initial script, once you install your Ubuntu system, you should have this package installed on your computer. Then I'm going to go to Themes, and from here I'm going to choose Ant. As you can see, the theme has been changed successfully, meaning it was able to access the file over here and applied everything to it. As simple as that. Again, here is the command that I used. The purpose of this command was to move the theme that I downloaded from the internet to the user share themes directory. Now let's go back again to our PowerPoint. To move a file from one directory to another, combining absolute path and relative path. For instance, assuming that you have a flash drive connected to your system, this is actually the mount point of a flash drive. I'm moving English homework.docs to media student.flash drive. Since I don't have a flash drive connected into my system, I'm gonna move it to a different place. And I don't have a file called English homework.doc, so I'm gonna work with whatever I have on my downloads folder. Same for you. Download something, put it on your downloads folder, and use it for practicing. So here I'm gonna go inside my downloads folder, and the file that I want to move is Ant Dracula, and I'm gonna move this file to my, let's say, I'm gonna put it in documents. Yeah, that sounds good. So MB downloads Ant, and I'm gonna move it to the documents directory. Notice how I am using absolute path here for the sake of demonstration only. In if I'm already in the home directory, the logic thing will be to use relative path in this case. Again, source, destination. Press enter, and if you go to the downloads folder, you're gonna see that the file has been moved from here, and it's now in the downloads in the documents directory. Let's go back here, and let's take a look at the last example for moving files. Moving multiple directories or files to a different directory. Now, I like this one. See, you can move multiple directories and files to another directory, the same way that you would do it graphically. This is how the mv command understands it. So it notes that you put a directory here, another directory here, and another directory here, and a last directory over here. So it understands that the destination for the previous directories, meaning these three, is the last directory that appears in the command. Let me repeat that again. MV understands that the destination directory is the last directory that you specified in the command itself. And then everything else is the source. So I have 1, 2, 3 directories as a source, and I'm going to put them all inside flash drive. Now let's do this in the command line for a demonstration. So in the downloads folder here, I have two files, right? I'm going to rename this file english.pdf, and I'm going to rename this file math.odt. Maybe I'm also gonna go online and download an image from the internet. I'm gonna put nice dogs, and I like that image, so let's open that one. save image as, then colonize dog, save. And I'm also gonna download, I don't know, maybe example XLS file from a spreadsheet, for example. There you go. So I have a couple of files over here that I got from the internet. I'm gonna move all of these files to a directory over here inside the documents directory. This one is gonna be called schoolwork. So in the terminal, let's create a directory inside documents. So let's do mkdir documents and let's call it schoolwork. Great. Now in schoolwork, I am going to place here a couple of directories, and I'm also going to move all the files that are in the downloads directory. So I'm gonna say mv downloads, and I want to move everything in the downloads directory. So I'm gonna use the star wildcard for all the files inside the downloads directory. Again, wildcards are something that we're gonna see on the next video. I think a couple of videos from now. So for now, just understand that the star means everything inside the directory. So I'm also gonna move another directory. Let's go inside home, and let's say I want to move the wallpapers and wallpapers other directory. So I'm gonna say wallpapers and also wallpapers others, and all of that is gonna go inside my documents directory inside the schoolwork. So the last argument that I'm gonna give MB is gonna be the destination. So that will be documents schoolwork. Let's minimize this real quick. Make this full screen so that we can explain it. This is the destination because it's the last directory specified in the mv command. All of these are the source. Let's press enter. No errors. And if you go inside documents and you open a schoolwork, you're gonna see everything that was inside my downloads directory and the two directories that were on the home directory. Okay. Renaming. Renaming, yay! Let's rename a couple of things. So inside that schoolwork directory, we're gonna rename everything that's there. And renaming is very, very simple. Let's try the first one, which is renaming two files, renaming one file. You know, homework.docx to CIS106 homework.docx. So let's go back into Ubuntu machine. Let's clear the screen, and I'm gonna cd into the schoolwork directory. So I'm gonna change that directory. I'm gonna go to cd documents, schoolwork, and now that I'm inside schoolwork, if I do ls, you see all the files that are over here. Okay, now let's rename math.odt to math homework. So let's do mv math.odt to math homework, and let's keep the file extension. Done. See how the file name changed? Great. Now let's rename wallpapers. But in this time, I'm gonna do it with absolute path. So I'm gonna go back to my home directory. I'm gonna clear my screen, and let's start. So mv for renaming, and I'm gonna do documents, schoolwork, wallpapers, and this is gonna get renamed to documents, schoolwork, and that will be, let's see, school files. School files. Enter. See how it changed? Let's rename English, but this time we're going to combine both absolute path and relative path. We're going to use absolute path for the source name, and then relative path for the destination. Sorry, the new file name. So let's do mv, and if I'm going to do relative path, I got to start from where I am. I am inside my home directories, and documents is relative to that. schoolwork, and that will be English. And we're going to name this English homework. So that will be the absolute path starting all the way in root. As a matter of fact, let's do it manually. Home student, since that is my username, as you can see over here. And then documents, English, schoolwork, and then English homework. .pdf. Here is the full command, right? And V with relative path, I have indicated my source name, which is this file that I am renaming. And this is going to be the new name right over here, English homework.pdf. And I'm using absolute path over here. Let's press enter. Voila. See how it changed? Okay, now you have successfully learned how to move files and directories and how to rename files and directories. I see you in the next video.